Dunby Holding dumped Tivoli Gardens 4-1 in an emphatic victory in the opening game of Matchweek 17. A 5-star performance by the Junglists. Arnold Gardens thrashing Malines United 5-1. Fabian Reid scoring his third hat-trick of his domestic career to put the icing on the win. Portmore United were held to a goalless draw by rock-bottom Chapperton Maroons, and in a 4-goal thriller, Cavalier from 2 goals down inside 10 minutes fought back to sharing a point at the end of full-time. Welcome to JPL 30, the highlight show for the Jamaica Premier League. An unfortunate own goal from Zakia Wilkes started the contest. Tivoli Gardens putting Dunby Holding on the back foot from as early as 7 minutes from a corner kick. Last year's beaten finalists found all the mettle and belief they needed to turn the game around, keeping their boots grounded in the playoff spots. Here are the highlights. Donald, Oliver and Lee J. Williams were in the commentary box.
We'll take a look at the Dunby Holding starting lineup. Damian Hyatt between the sticks, Ricardo Thomas, Devontae Hodges, Zakia Wills and O'Dane Samuels. That back four has been pretty consistent for Dunby Holding. In the middle of the park, Tyrese Gow, Fabian McCarthy, Shaquille Powell and Malachi Douglas. Behind Stephen Barnett and Dean Andre Thomas makes a start for Dunby Holding. For Tivoli Gardens, Nicholas Clark is between the sticks. Keena Simpson, Odine Pennicook, Christopher Matthews and Alton Lewis. That's a consistent back four in recent times in the middle of the park. Rodico Wellington will be playing on the left side of the midfield. Nakil Wright on the right. Kevin Garnett and Anthony Thompson down the middle. And up top, Diego McKenzie. And the youngster, Devontae McCrea from Camperdown, making his debut. As we take a look at the full-time highlights here between Dunby Holding and Tivoli Gardens. This one sent inside the area. And it was a lovely ball from Paulino. I'm not sure how that was missed by Dean Andre Thomas. And then Wellington's delivery was a really good one. Came off Zakia Wilkes. And that's how Tivoli Gardens went ahead. An own goal. Then the ball played inside the area. That was a wonderful ball inside from Gow. And Barnett with the header. Wonderful save from Nicholas Clark. And then Clark made a meal of this one, I felt. Colliding with his captain, Odine Pennicook. Should have gotten a stronger hand on it. And Barnett was there to convert. And the tide changed. Dunby Holding still had their chances. Came off Hodges there. Wasn't quite aware of that one. And Malachi Douglas played that one inside. And it came off Powell. Clark again with the save. Had to tip it over the bar. And there will be more opportunities for Dunby Holding. Douglas making room. Very good shot that was. It was Powell rather with the effort. It was a wonderful hit. Clark with the save. Strong palm on it. And then the goal went through Clark. McCarthy with the effort. On target. It has to be on target first, right? Then this delivery inside the area. Keena Simpson blasting this one inside. It was headed over the top. Janil Ray, the substitute, I think that was his first touch. And nothing more could have been said by Teddy Johnson. Loved the ball played inside from Christian to Williams. And then converted well by Malachi Douglas in the 81st minute. Opening his account in the Jamaica Premier League, the 18-year-old from Clarendon College. More opportunities. And Nelson couldn't put that one inside the net. Under pressure all the time though from Cheboy Watkin, but really that should have been on target. And then McGregor came out as a sub, provided the assist here. Williams cutting inside and driving that one past Nicholas Clark. Nothing Clark could have done about that one. Williams getting his second goal this season.
Just looking forward to our defense, our setup again. It wasn't a good one today. I think we play in little patches, and we make so. I think today is a definite game. We can say we lose the game by ourselves. You know, I don't think Dunby won't even do anything to even win this game. I think we just are here, we just take these 3 points and go home with. But going forward, we just have to look on all the mistakes that we make today and correct them. And we still believe we can get it done. So we just have to continue to work hard.
Let me say I'm pleased with the performance, though we started a bit slow, but in the end we picked up momentum because we assessed this Cavalier team and we always knew that we have the players to get the victory at the end of the day, and I'm very pleased for that victory.
Arnold Gardens has now won their last 5 games, and Malines United on Sunday night were their team to be abused the most at the wrath of the Junglists. Ajuma Johnson, Jaime Thomas and Fabian Reed were the goal scorers on the night. Fabian Reed, their main danger, completed his hat-trick unconventionally in fine style to steal the highlight. Here are the highlights. Donald Oliver and Lijay Williams were in the commentary box.
Take a look at the starting lineup for Malines United. Peter Harrison in between the sticks, of course, the captain. Javon Brown, Damian Thomas, Rashawn Plummer, and Janoy Williams, the back four. Janoy Cunningham and Sergina Frankson will be the holding midfielders. In front of them, Daniel Hardy, Shamario Dennis, Nicholas Nelson, behind the striker Jason Wright, with 6 goals to his name so far this season. As far as Arnold Gardens is concerned, it's going to be Asher Hutchinson between the sticks, on the wing. Earl Simpson, Joel Cunningham and Gerald Neal make up the back four. In the middle of the park, Roman Guthrie, Jamar Purcell, Ajuma Johnson. And up top, the returning Shea Smith, Fabian Reed with 8 goals to his name, and Rivaldo Mitchell. As we take a look at the full-time highlights here, Shea Smith was really involved in the early stages of this one. Reed's miss kick, and then Johnson's attempt, Johnson's attempt over the crossbar. Didn't miss by a lot. Guthrie's corner kick inside the area at the back post. Reed wasn't quite anticipating that one. Came off him, went behind. And then this ball played inside the area. And couldn't quite get a touch there on that one. Big opportunity there on that occasion, and then a save denying Shea Smith. Peter Harrison had to make himself huge to stop that one. And then some wonderful work down that left-hand side, and there was no mistake to be made. Just absolutely wonderfully done by Rivaldo Mitchell, and Fabian Reed converting. Neal's ball inside the area, and this one was turned over the line by Ajuma Johnson in the 31st minute. Just swept inside Johnson, and that was a wonderful finish from him. His 5th goal this season. And then that effort from Fabian Reed blocked. Again, Harrison doing really well between the sticks. It really could have been more, but he couldn't do anything to stop that one. That was a brilliant finish from Fabian Reed. In the 42nd minute there, he got his 2nd. What a first-time effort. In the second half, Malines United knew that they had to come roaring back. They had to answer, and they got a goal. Loved the ball inside from Nelson, and then the header from Thomas, Damian Thomas, was enough to get by Hutchinson, who was left stranded in no man's land. But Arnold Gardens pretty much hit back soon right after, and it was Fabian Reed completing his hat-trick. Ever the showman. His 3rd hat-trick, the 3rd of his career. And that was wonderfully done. Really made it easy for him. And then this one was whipped across. Just needed a vital touch. He had a couple of bites, but nothing there. And then pretty much with the last kick of the game, the conversion, Jaheim Thomas getting his 2nd goal this season. Good work from Allen. And then that's a really good finish, you know. It's a really very good finish. And Thomas was having the time of his life.
It can't be the result we wanted. You know, I'm very disappointed. You know, we started out slow. You know, but we have to put this behind us. You know, and move forward for next week.
I think because we are the upper end of the team, we get complacent at time. You know, sometimes showboating and thing, and just give away the football. You know. Again, let's say when you reach the level that is in football, you know, you want to go. There's no time for complacency. You have to just correct all the mistakes. If it's passes are working on to their shooting, you have to do it accurately. You know, but you know, a good job done with the guys, and we score 5 goals, and you know, it's good.
This is highlights from Matchweek 17. We take our first break. JPL in 30. We will be right back. Welcome back to JPL in 30 with the highlights from Matchweek 17. Arnold Gardens were only given less than 12 hours to sleep at the top of the Jamaica Premier League. Mount Pleasant came out firing in their encounter against third-place Cavalier to take back their top spot. Javante Stewart and Ricardo Morris bolstered Mount Pleasant ahead, hoping to secure 3 points. But Cavalier had other ideas and were relentless in their pursuit of taking something from the game. A point for Mount Pleasant leveled themselves with Arnold Gardens on points, but are on top with a better goal difference. Here are the highlights. Donald Oliver and Chris Taylor were on commentary duties.
This is the starting lineup for Mount Pleasant. Daniel Russell remains between the sticks for Mount Pleasant. In front of him, Ladale Ritchie, Jamoy Topi and Shaquille Dyer. They have a midfield of Suley McCullough, Alwyn Harvey, Demario Phillips, Ricardo Morris and Kimoni Bailey. Behind the Twin Towers, Atafuroy Bygrave and Trevante Stewart. The starting lineup for Cavalier, J.D. White in goal. They have a back three of Giovanni Leng, Kyle Ming and Brian Elshot. In the middle of the park, Christopher Ainsworth, Richard King, Ronaldo Barrett and Ronaldo Webster. Behind the trio of Dwayne Atkinson, Chanel Thomas and the striker Colin Anderson. As we take a look at the full-time highlights here, and the majority of the highlights in this one came in the first half. Morris with the first attempt. J.D. White parrying it into the path of Trevante Stewart, who made no mistake there. Stewart getting his 14th goal this season. Was a wonderful first save, you know, from White. Could do nothing about the second though. And Stewart was there to pounce. Then the Cavalier defense at 6s and 7s. Lost that one. Bygrave just powering his way through and sending that one across the area for Ricardo Morris to convert in the 6th minute of play. Ming was just bustled off the ball. Referee said play on. Bygrave did play on. Sets it up for Morris. And Morris with that, scoring his 4th goal this season. 2-0 at the time. 2-0 after 6 minutes. They were Cockapoo, Mount Pleasant. And they were enjoying themselves really against this Cavalier team who has shown some strong mettle in the past. Anderson picking this one up, setting up Ronaldo Webster. Tried to make the clearance, and the clearance came off Webster in the 10th minute. 3 goals in the first 10 minutes. And what a start to the game. And it was some wonderful attacking play here. And Webster just being a nuisance. And the clearance came off him and went across the line. And then this effort from Atkinson, just going wide of the mark. Bygrave cutting inside. The challenge came in from Ming, and then Morris with his right foot curling that one just wide. It was really busy this first half. Shot by Ming, blocks. Shot by Atkinson, blocked. That was no saving the second attempt. Atkinson scoring his first goal of 2023 and his 6th this season. Wonderful finish there in the end. Had to work hard at a couple of bites of the cherry and was able to convert in the end. And that was the equalizer for Cavalier. They fought real hard. In the second half, we didn't see a lot of highlights, but Webster was a standout. Kicking that one straight to Daniel Russell. Then Ainsworth delivery. at the back post. Anderson with an opportunity there, but he wasn't going to be on the score sheet tonight. That was more of a clearance at the back post, and he saw the funny side of it. Bailey's ball inside was a good one. White, well, couldn't quite gather, and Bygrave himself couldn't quite gather, putting that one over the crossbar. Stewart was a handful for Leng, but on that occasion dragged that one wide of the mark. And then Anderson looking to dink Russell, who landed awkwardly there. And Anderson got more and more into the game, trying to set up a teammate. It went through to Ronaldo Robinson. That was a big save. Massive save from Russell, from Ronaldo Robinson. And that was that for this one.
Football is a game of moments. It was, we started brightly, went two up, we were aggressive in the press and moving the ball quickly. We let in two soft goals, I'd say. The first one, I think the referee made an error. I think there was a push on Topi, definitely clear. But that's the nature of football. Sometimes the calls go for you, sometimes against you. But second half, we did a lot better. We created a few opportunities, but at the end of the day, I think 2-2 is a fair result.
It was just 8 minutes of madness in the first half. We spoke about it. They're going to press high, and we tried to play it around the back, so they scored that. But we knew, based on how they set up and our little adjustment, that we would get back. Never thought we'd get back so early, but then in the second half, you know, Atkinson went down, and that kind of we lose some of it attack.
Results from the non-televised matches are Harbourview thrashed Falkland FC 5-1. Humber Lion and Montego United played to a goalless draw, and Waterhouse clipped Very United 2-1. Mount Pleasant are back on the top of the table. Arnett Gardens remains in second, Cavalier in third. Harbourview now takes fourth spot. Humber Lion pushed down to fifth, and Dunby Holding rounds up the top six. That's all we have for you this week. This has been JPL 30 on your home of champions, SportsMax. Tune in next week for Matchweek 18 highlights of the Jamaica Premier League, powered by Digicel.